thank you for being here and watching today's episode. I think this is episode number 8 with BNI Vancouver Chapter Podcast.
Lucky number 8.
And we are here with Devon, the mighty Devon Nesta. And I'm just going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, just so you know. If you want to talk directly to the people, that's your camera.
That's my camera right there. The mighty Devon Nesta. You heard it here. Not self-proclaimed.
Yeah, so Devon, tell us about your company that you work for and what you do.
Oh, God, pretty much
We're
nothing,
just jumping
man.
right into it.
Yeah, pretty much nothing. I just hang out, I sleep in.
No, you don't.
I know, yeah. So THRYV, it's a CRM. Used to be the Yellow Pages. So it's 110 years old? And I think if you're under the age of probably 30, you've never heard of the Yellow Pages before.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, but over the last 10, 15 years, totally revamped, changed their whole vision, really cool. And now they're officially a software company. So their revenue from the Yellow Pages is now less than what it is for software. Which, by the way, fun fact, people still use a phone book. You have no idea.
You know, I ordered one.
It's like a $500 million industry.
That blows me away.
Sorry, not industry, company.
Yeah.
Just the Yellow Pages. It's wild, dude.
And so it's which is THRYV now.
Yeah, which is THRYV now.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So they've changed the name a whole bunch. But anyway, so client relationship management. We do a lot of digital marketing kind of services too. All that stuff that people need. What do they say? We help people get more jobs, we help people manage those jobs, and then we help people get credit for those jobs. And that there's all these moving parts that people need to do in order to stay organized, communicate with their customers, provide good customer service, and I say just maintain their sanity. And the app or the software that we have really helps them do it, streamlines their day.
That was a great plug because you looked right in the camera when you said
Would I do good?
Yeah, that was great.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. No, it's cool, though, because it's funny, man. I've sold all sorts of different stuff. Like, I've sold packaging. I've sold forklifts. I sold logistics for a while, which are like 3 of probably the least sexy things that you could possibly sell. It's like, hey, buy my box or buy my tape. It's better than your tape.
When you sold forklifts, did you, like, kick the tires, too? Was it like, check this out? This is how sturdy this forklift is.
I may have kicked a tire or two. I like driving them, man. That was the best part.
Yeah, they're fun to drive.
Yeah, I'm like a kid, dude. Yeah, but no, so it's cool because the product that THRYV makes actually really makes a wildly positive difference in people's lives. So I feel like I'm actually making a difference in a way, which is really gratifying. I mean, I work with tons of different business owners, and I'll literally hear some of them just like, dude, I have like 20 hours back in my life and I get to go home and have dinner with my kid.
Yeah.
Or, we were going under and we had no time. We couldn't scale. We couldn't do this. We couldn't do that. And because of your digital marketing services and then all the different things that the software offers, we're on the rise. We're on the grow. I hear people literally say like they couldn't run their business if it weren't for THRYV. Which is really, really cool, man.
Right.
It's very humbling.
Got some little problem here with this mic.
Oh, yeah. Better fix it up.
Yeah, you can actually probably pull yours a little bit close. There you go.
Oh, yeah? Is that good?
Yeah, it's good. Woo-hoo. Check 1, 2. Woo-hoo. I don't know why this thing won't stay up. How long have you been with THRYV?
That's a good question. Marty, if my name wasn't on my underwear, I'd probably forget what it is.
Yeah.
July of 23.
23. Okay.
Not that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're sending me to Cancun in April, I think.
What?
Yeah. I say Mexico, though. I don't love to associate with Cancun because it seems so touristy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to adventure around.
Mexico.
Yeah. I'm actually, you ever dive?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Do you have your cert?
I'm not certified.
No? Yeah, I'm not either. I think I'm going to get mine. It's kind of expensive.
How much is it, like, in Mexico?
No, I'm going to get it here.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to get it beforehand.
Like 500?
It's like $700.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, which isn't bad in the grand scheme of things because it lasts your whole life. But
you do it in a deep pool, and then you actually probably have to go lake,
Yeah.
Or maybe even the ocean.
Hood Canal is
Hood
where
Canal,
they go.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's one other place too, up by Olympia, I think.
So you got to wear a dry suit.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
It's cold.
I'm pumped for that part. Yeah, I cold plunge every day. So
I know you
I'll be
do.
all
I'm
right.
such a wimp. I can't do that. It's like I can turn the shower to cold.
Yes, you can.
I turn the shower to cold. Like Mickey does it all the time.
Does
I'll
she?
hear woo, in the shower. And but if I try it, it's like okay, that's
Really?
it. Like I can't do it for longer than like 2 seconds.
I almost think that cold showers are more uncomfortable than cold plunges are, to be totally honest with you.
okay.
I don't know what it is about it. When's your birthday?
July.
July?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll get you a cold plunge for your birthday.
Okay. July cold plunge. Yeah, it takes me, and like when we'd go to the river or the lakes with the kids or anything, or even at the coast here because the ocean's freezing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me like half hour to an hour just to psych myself up to go
Oh, no.
to go in. Like, and the kids are swimming and they're like, "Come on, Dad," and I'm like,
Maybe sometime.
right? It's just terrible.
We'll get to it.
And which is stupid because I really should just.
Dude, it's so good for you.
No, it is good.
Do you listen to Huberman by any chance?
No,
Okay. Does your wife listen to Huberman?
probably.
Yeah, she probably does. So, dude, I'm all about this now. It's this part of your brain. It's called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Doesn't really matter. AMCC.
Wait, look into the camera and say that.
Anterior mid-cingulate cortex, AMCC. And should I look more in the camera or should I look more at you?
No, you look at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's this part, and dude, this is so cool. So it's this part of your brain that is stimulated when you do things that you don't want to do. And it gets bigger and larger and more resilient the more you do these things you don't want to do. So here's an example. And then I'll circle around to why this is significant. So say you hate to run, but you force yourself to go on a run, you force yourself to go on a run, you force yourself to go on a run. Every time you force yourself to do it, it grows and gets stronger. But then all of a sudden, let's say you're running and all of a sudden you like running. Now if you go running, it doesn't grow, it doesn't change. So you have to continue to become uncomfortable and do things you don't want to do. But they've done an exorbitant amount of studies on this now that people who are older and they have a larger AMCC, so it's part of their brain, pretty much every statistic that could be good about a person, they're way, way higher than people who have a smaller AMCC. So like their serotonin productions, their dopamine production levels are higher. They have higher cognitive abilities. They're almost all in better shape. Lower body fat percentages, all this really, really cool stuff. And so I don't know. I feel like this is very, very significant because for me, like we all know, like life happens outside of your comfort zone and that whole thing. Mm-hmm. And have you ever heard the saying, you don't feel your way into acting, but you act your way into feeling?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that? So it's like...
Unless you made it up and then I haven't heard it.
No, I stole it.
Okay.
Yeah. No original thoughts here.
Oh, you have plenty of original thoughts.
But yeah, so anyways, I'll tell you what, man, it's just so true. Like I traveled, so I was just back east for Thanksgiving, and
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
I
forgot that.
It's funny. I was cold plunging there in the river that I grew up on, and it was cold, dude. Like my feet were numb before I'm in there for 3 minutes every time, and my feet were numb, my hands were numb. I literally would have to go and put my feet under hot water for like 10 minutes to get feeling back in them. But so I was doing that. And then we're like, and my brother's doing it with me. We're like, like we think it's pretty cold. Like it's probably like 45 degrees or something like that. I come home to my plunge, which is like 48 degrees. And dude, it felt like balmy. It was so nice.
Wow.
Well, yeah, it was probably like 38 degrees, the one that we were going in. But
man. So
I just got home Sunday at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I took Monday off of work. I'm like, I'm going to have this productive day because, I built an Amway business as well. I'm like, okay, I got a lot of stuff I can take care of there. Had this whole productive day planned out. Got home at 1, woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like, no way. Not doing this day. Ended up sleeping until 11.
Wow.
Which is like wicked unlikely.
Well, your body needed it, man. I mean, it's just talking.
That's what I was telling myself when I was in my bed.
Right.
But I get up and I'm like, okay, day is nuked, day is over, not going to do anything. And so I somehow managed to get myself to go on my spin bike, and I knew I should cold plunge, but I'm just like, I'm not doing it. I'm definitely not doing it. I'm absolutely not doing it. And then all of a sudden I'm starting to take my clothes off. Like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get in. It's not going to happen. And literally as I'm getting in the cold plunge, I'm like, not going to do it. Not going to do it. And I get in. I'm like, well, shit, this sucks. Sat in it. And the whole point of this is that right when I got out of it, I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Ended up having a crazy productive day for the rest of the day. And it's wild how
Well, I'll tell you what. So Mickey's been trying to get me to do this all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And even we've been on a couple of retreats at Paul Kuthie's, where not the one that we were at.
Sure.
Which, by the way, the one that we were at together, we built
great?
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the best rock.
I loved that day. That was awesome.
Paul's awesome. But we've been to some in the past where it was a lot colder. I don't remember the actual month that we were there. But, like, I think Dave Gasser jumped in. Mark who was in our chapter. Eshelman.
Yeah.
I think he jumped in, and I just didn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I really, because you inspire me. So I think I'm gonna do it, and I'll text you when I do it.
Dude, it sucks for like a minute.
Yeah.
And then after a minute, you get like this nice kind of calm clarity. And I don't want to say it feels good, but
I think it's because I've always been cold. Like my extremities get cold super easy. Like when I skied.
Yeah.
And ski
hands and feet,
stuff like that.
or just
hands
arms and legs.
Hands and feet. And I'm a skinny. I still only weigh like 165 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't have a lot of body fat.
Right.
Maybe that's why I get cold so easy.
Could be.
But so jumping in something when I'm already cold is like,
Yeah.
But I have done it like in pools when I've sat in a sauna and then jumped in.
It's
but we did do it in Norway.
Oh yeah.
We did. We went to a sauna right on the fjord.
That's what they call it in Norway. Sauna.
Well, it's like Finnish. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pronounced sauna.
Okay.
Scandinavian in me. It's pronounced sauna. It's not sauna. But when we were in Oslo, they have right in the fjord, so it's like the cruise ships come in there, and they have saunas all along, floating saunas all along.
I'm never gonna call it a sauna again for the rest of my life. It sounds way better the way you say it.
Sauna.
Yeah, sauna.
So we stayed in the sauna for a little while. We rented it. So we rented it for like 3 hours. And then it's got little stairways. You go up to the roof, and then you jump off into the fjord. Yeah. And it wasn't that cold.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
I was like, I just did it, and I was like, oh, this isn't that bad.
Really?
And all the tourists that are on the cruise ships, they're all walking along the docks there, and they're like, look at those, taking pictures, and they're crazy. They're crazy. We're like, hey.
Of course you guys were.
And it was kind of rainy and stormy too. So it's like.
Did you like Norway?
Love Norway.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you like about it?
Well, my mother was born and raised there.
Oh, cool, dude.
And so I have a lot of family.
Okay.
And so.
They're still there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I went in my 20s, so it'd been a long time.
Okay.
But we were able to do the family trip last year. So my sister, my brother-in-law, and nephew and his girlfriend.
Oh, that was probably awesome.
Yeah, it was really. There was like 8 of us all together.
Oh, cool, man. Did you guys get a big Airbnb or something like that, or?
No, we stayed. My family relatives own this little farmhouse.
Cool.
And I want to say it's like 280 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And it's this little teeny little.
That's crazy.
Farmhouse on this property. And so Mickey and Nate and Cash and I stayed there. And then my sister and brother-in-law and nephews and everybody stayed in Trondheim. So is
that one of the big cities there, Trondheim?
No, it's not. It's not that big. It's kind of like I guess I don't even know the population of it. But it's about a 6-hour.
Towns.
What's that?
They have way cooler names of towns there than we do.
Yeah, it's and Trondheim is 1,000 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like our country, baby.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So we stayed in Oslo, and then we took a 6-hour train ride to Trondheim.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's more
It's
up
out
north.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's where most of my family is.
Oh, cool,
So
man.
we just hung out with different family members throughout the whole trip, and then one of my nephews, my brother-in-law's son, he passed away a few years ago in Germany, and he got COVID, and he loved to travel, and he was in Germany, and ended up passing away in Germany.
Oh man.
But he always
From
wanted,
COVID?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he had some heart.
I was going to ask if you had
issues.
preconceived.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he wanted to move to Trondheim, and he just loved it there. When my sister and that side of the family, they took a trip there a few years back.
What's it like population-wise and kind of whole area?
Well, Oslo's pretty big.
Like bigger than Portland?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a little bit bigger than Portland. And then Trondheim is more like, I mean, there's all kinds of suburbs and stuff spread out.
Oh,
but
cool.
Trondheim is like maybe half the size of like Spokane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's substantial.
Yeah.
Is it mountainous?
Yeah, there's some mountainous. It's not the mountain area,
Okay.
but a lot of rolling hills and
Oh, cool.
stuff like
That's
that.
kind of what I imagine Norway to be like. Like I always just think of fjords in my head.
Right. Yeah. Well, the fjords are beautiful, but
I
those
bet.
are like more along the coast and Stavanger and where the huge.
Did you guys go fishing when you were there too?
No, we didn't.
No.
Didn't go fishing.
I hear it's really
Oh
good.
wait, did we? The boys did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
the boys went fishing a little bit. They didn't catch anything.
No. I have a good buddy who lives there now, and I think he's kind of burnt out on it. I guess it rains too much for him. Maybe I think is what he said.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, we were there last July, and it never got dark.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, so
Cool.
it like never pitch dark, but
Sun just like kind of.
yeah, it just kind of
Crescents.
bounces, and then comes back up. So, and then in the winter, it's dark all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mic is just not.
Wouldn't want to do that in the winter. Yeah, I'd love to go there, dude.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is.
I know the
really
people are like super friendly. From
So
what I've heard,
friendly?
too.
And we saw even in Oslo, we hardly saw any like police officers or anything. It's like
Nice.
a few.
How's
like,
the city? Is it clean?
Yeah,
Yeah?
It's pretty clean.
I imagine it is.
Pretty clean, and a lot of history. I mean, you've got these old buildings, right next to brand new buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, just beautiful. I'll show you. I'll show you.
What other
some-
cities in Europe have you been to?
Well, I went to in Europe.
Yeah.
Not very many at all.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much just Scandinavia.
If you had to compare it to another city.
Well, it's really close to Sweden, so it's
American city. American city. Then.
I don't know. It's kind of got that. Well, even like Connecticut and Philadelphia and stuff, you've got kind of old school.
CT.
Yeah, you've got the old school stuff and cobblestone streets, and then you've got new. So it's like over there, we got around most of the time with the public transportation because we stayed. The farmhouse that we stayed at was about 20 some miles away.
Okay.
So we would just hop on a bus and then take it into Solstein. Can't remember the name of it. It's kind of down by the waterfront in Trondheim, and it's a really popular
Oh,
area.
cool.
But most of the time we would just get on Lime scooters because they're all over the
Oh,
place.
no kidding.
So we just scoot around.
What
The
a
boys would go
what a
out at
business
like
model.
they would go out at 1 a.m. because they were so couldn't sleep very well because of the being light all the time. So they'd go down at like 1 a.m. in Oslo and get on scooters and ride all over town.
Oh my gosh, that's probably a blast.
Yeah, come back at like 3:30, 4 in the morning or
Oh
whatever.
my gosh.
Like, what did you guys do last night? Oh, we just toured all over the place.
Lime scootered around.
Yeah. So that was a big plus. Really clean. Transportation's amazing. The trains are fast.
Cool.
And then you've got electric scooters and bikes all over the place.
Have you been to Vienna by any chance?
I haven't.
That's a cool city, dude.
We would love to go there. I'm hoping maybe we can go to Italy in the spring with one of the projects that I'm working on. But
Okay.
we'll see.
Never been to Italy?
Never been to Italy.
Bro, most beautiful country I have ever been to. Granted, I haven't been to that many countries, but yeah. Maybe I'm partial because I'm half Italian too.
Oh, yeah.
But epic. Where are you going to go? Do you know? Or where would you go?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a buddy of mine that I'm doing that documentary on the marble sculpting.
Okay.
He's a marble sculptor, and he gets most of his marble from Carrara, which is the mountainous region of, is it Tuscany?
It could be. Yeah, I know Tuscany is definitely like a wine area, and I know.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
very
it's not
hilly.
Tuscany. I don't know my Italia very well.
Yeah,
But it's
I don't
like
know what the Alps are. I can't remember.
If you look in like the mountainous region, it looks like even in the summer, it looks like there's snow up there, and it's not. It's actually dust from the marble.
No way. Oh,
Because they
dude,
just
that's cool.
keep cutting into the mountain,
Well, that's not cool. But
and
you
it's
can see
been
it,
there
it's
since
cool.
Michelangelo.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, dude.
So, but yeah, I'd love to go there. I've only been to Asia. Like I went to
Never been to Asia. Really wanna go.
Indonesia. That was really,
Oh,
really cool.
dude, I had a buddy who he vlogs for a living. I've actually probably told you about him before. He surfs, he skateboards, and he snowboards, and that's what he does. Homeboy's got like an RV,
That's so
maybe a
cool.
couple RVs actually now, and just travels around the world. But he was in Indo for, I think, probably close to 6 months,
Wow.
just surfing
Bali?
every day.
Probably went to Bali.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I just remember seeing, a whole bunch of the videos that he put out of the scooters, the like mopeds.
Mhm.
And it is freaking nuts how they drive around there. Like hundreds of them on the street, just like
Yeah, they call them BMOs.
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 Okay.
Yeah,
That's what they call the
they're like
scooters there?
three-wheeled taxis and stuff too.
Yeah, I saw those too.
They're like the old school ice cream trucks. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah,
Well, you're pretty young though.
I remember ice cream trucks.
Yeah, but they were like weird, really weird shaped. Like at least when I was a kid, they had these little. It's like a motorcycle with two wheels in the back, and then it's kind of got this roundish sort of.
Oh, I never saw those.
Yeah, really funky. But yeah, and you'll see families of 4 on one motorcycle.
It's
Like they're
crazy,
all,
dude.
sitting side saddle and have the kids in between.
Crazy
and-
how that's legal there.
Right, it's nuts.
Why
Well, the
not, though?
I think the average age for the male in Indonesia, at least in Jakarta, is like late 30s,
Is that
40s.
high or low?
Well, that's pretty young, dude.
That's okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
For average, seems young.
there's a lot of pollution. I mean, I'm sure it's cleaned up a lot since,
I
but
remember seeing that in some of the
a
videos.
lot of pollution. And the Dutch tried to colonize like Jakarta, so they built all these dikes. And there are people that live in these little tin huts all along the dikes, and they bathe and wash their clothes and everything in these
Oh my
dikes.
gosh.
And so the waters were just, flowing through the city and stuff. It's just like dirt.
Wow. Dude, I am so grateful for the United States. That is crazy.
Yeah. So and then everybody smokes clove cigarettes there.
Oh, do they? I used to smoke those in high school, man.
Yeah.
The little black ones. Yeah, we thought we were so cool for
Yeah.
smoking cloves.
When I went there, when you got off the plane, like in Hawaii, they give you lays and stuff.
Yeah.
I kid you not. When
Give
we
me
got
a
off,
pack of cloves.
yes, yes, welcome.
Welcome. Get cancer here.
Right? Yeah, it's crazy. And then you would see. I mean, there's companies, obviously, cigarette companies that own clove companies too.
Sure.
But you would literally see these older men sitting in front of a huge pile of like tobacco and cloves, rolling cigarettes
No
and
way.
putting them into packs and selling those packs.
Oh my God. I had a buddy who did that in high school.
Yeah?
Yeah, not with cloves, just with cigarettes.
Yeah, just made cigarettes.
He'd sell 2 cigarettes for $1.
Wow. He's probably like a millionaire now.
No,
Oh.
not at all.
I mean, I was thinking entrepreneurial mind,
No. He's a hustler. He's actually like probably my best buddy. I'm going to see him in a few months. But yeah, what did he had a thing for him. I can't remember what he called him. He had some funny name for it though.
Well, I remember back when I smoked, it's like for a while it was like,
Oh yeah,
these
you
are
just stopped kind of recently, didn't you?
Well, I stopped smoking cigarettes 8 years ago.
You stopped the vaping though. Are you still, you still not doing it?
I called it my pacifier.
Yeah, are you still
So
not doing
3
it?
months.
Yeah,
3 months.
that's so
Thanks,
awesome,
man.
man. Congratulations.
Thanks. I called it my
How do you
smoker.
feel?
Smoker. That's
Yeah,
Norwegian. For,
Smoker.
Yeah, smoker.
Your sauna and your smoker.
I call it my pacifier, but
Yeah.
in fact, when we went to Norway, I was still vaping, and you cannot find them anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, and the nicotine content is like so low that they have to mix it, and legally they can only put a certain amount in. So over here it's like 4 milligrams. I think over there it's like 1. And so vaping is really, you don't see people vaping over there at all. Instead, you'll love this. So the little nicotine pouches like they sell now, like Zen or On.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the little pouches, everybody does that over there in Europe,
Really?
like in Norway. You don't see cigarette butts all over the place. You see the little pouches.
Oh.
And guess what they call them?
What do they call them?
Hamster diapers.
Huh.
That's the nickname for the little nicotine pouches.
Seems like well, I guess it's easier to say the nicotine pouches. I was going to say it sounds like a lot of words, but
I think it's just a funny name.
hamster diapers.
Hey, you want a hamster diaper?
Sure.
Yeah, let me just stick that in.
I'd love one.
Right. Yeah, I'll take 2.
I did one of those on a train one time. Only time I've ever done that. And I got like the worst nausea ever, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was going to throw up. It was wild.
Yeah. So this has been a fun conversation. So what do you like to do for fun? I know you're very physically active. So when we have BNI...
Hold on, back up for a second. I want to... I'm sorry. I'm curious about
hamster diapers?
No, you're not smoking anymore, dude. How are you feeling?
Well, I kind of went on because
are you over the hump?
Yeah, but I'm still chewing the gum.
Still chewing the gum. Okay.
And then I did buy some hamster diapers.
You did buy some. So are you doing that regularly or what's your deal?
It's daily.
Daily. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
do
you
you smoke weed?
This is a BNI podcast. We can't go into that.
We can't?
No.
So the answer is yes.
No, I don't. Well, I quit drinking 10 years ago, so I don't drink alcohol, and now I don't have a smoker or pacifier. So all I got is my hamster diaper and gum. Yeah, even with the kombucha that we have here, so that has CBD in it, different than THC, obviously.
Totally different, yeah.
But it's been a long time since I've vaped.
Yeah.
Marijuana.
Yep. Marijuana.
But I honestly think that I'm slightly allergic to THC.
You could be, man. Some people have really weird reactions.
Because I get really flushed.
Yeah.
And kind of itchy and stuff.
Okay.
So
CBD doesn't bother you though?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
But I have partaken, but it's been a little while.
Sure.
I'll just say a little.
You're grown
while.
up now. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's all good. So I was going into the physical fitness side of things because Devon, when we're on our Zoom calls, he is always on a treadmill. And you actually influenced Mickey. There's a treadmill in our garage that she got just for that purpose. We now have, since our boys, well, my son's 17, but he's not with us that often. So his room is now becoming another office with the bed or a Murphy bed. We haven't figured that part of it out. And then I have an office.
Nice.
So
Pia got one too, a treadmill.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So Mickey's just been waiting until we get rid of the bed to put the treadmill in.
Sure.
So you're going to start seeing her on Zoom calls on a treadmill.
Man.
But so it's pretty amazing because Devon's very physically fit. He does the cold plunges. He has a treadmill on every conference call that he's probably on, not just BNI. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's always getting his steps in. So you like to hike?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So where do you hike around here? In
big backpacker actually.
Backpacker. Okay.
Yeah. I like to put on a backpack and stay there for a night or a couple of nights or that kind of thing. Man, I've done pretty much everywhere around here. I feel like I have not hiked to the top of Mount Hood yet, so I just lied to you and then I told you that.
No, you didn't lie.
Okay. I did Mount St. Helens. Have you ever hiked to the top of Mount St. Helens?
Oh no,
dude, it is epic. You got to try it.
I just rode around in the ash when it blew.
Oh
when I was
yeah,
a kid.
because you were here.
Yeah, I was here.
Oh, that was probably crazy.
But I've been up there.
Yeah.
But I've never hiked all the way to the top.
We're gonna go back to the ash thing, but yeah, it's crazy, dude. So I went with a friend because you got to get a permit and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I'm like, oh, okay, Mount St. Helens, cool, whatever. and you're hiking up. You're probably in the woods for, I don't know, a mile, maybe 2 miles. And then all of a sudden you are on this, you're like scrambling through this massive volcanic rock field. And these rocks are like bigger than you are.
Oh, yeah.
And as you're going up, you're like, hold on. These rocks were once on the inside of this mountain. And when it blew up, this is what happened. They all flew over here and now we're climbing up it. So it's super cool. And so you do that for probably about 2 miles. And then after that, the top part, it's super steep and it's very ashy still. Mm-hmm. And so most people, they use the walking sticks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like anti-walking sticks. So
Anti.
like I pride myself on being old school.
Yeah. See, I would need a walking stick.
Yeah, I think I was lucky that day because it was a little bit damp, so I wasn't like sliding back in the ash a lot. But so then you're going up that for a while, and it kind of feels like you're on the moon, quite frankly. And you get up to the top, and it's just like this epic, beautiful crater, and you're looking in, and there's literally like steam or smoke or something like that, and you can see the beginning of the mountain just like reforming in the middle, so you can tell it's like building its way up. And you're literally looking out into Gifford Pinchot National Forest, and you can see the big like lava streams as they were. Mm-hmm. And it's just so cool, man. You're like looking out the side of this mountain from the top of it, and like you're hearing rocks fall, and you're up there just like, dude, this is clearly a highly active volcano.
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts, man.
It's crazy to think that it could blow again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, any of the mountains around here.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Then you got Seven Sisters down in Oregon. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Haven't done Three Sisters yet.
Or Three Sisters.
Really want to.
I keep going. I go back to like the late 80s with the Dan Reed
Were
Network.
there 7 of them then?
Well, no, Dan Reed Network band.
Okay.
So they had a song called Seven Sisters Road.
Oh, okay.
And it was because they're from Oregon, too.
Got it.
So it's like, I always call it Seven Sisters instead of Three Sisters.
We can call it that.
Okay. Maybe there's 4 more now.
There could be.
Yeah. They're just like this big. They're the babies.
Yeah. No, that's sweet, though. I've done, probably most of the backpacking I did was in Montana, though. I lived there for a few years, and we put some miles. We did Glacier. I did Yellowstone all alone one time. That was really cool. That was a magical experience. Glacier is epic, dude. Have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's been a long time.
Where'd you go?
I don't even remember. But
probably, it's like Sunset Road or like Following the Sun Road or something. Yeah. That's a pretty popular one. Did you guys spend the night?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where. This was a long time ago, man.
Okay.
I mean, I'm an old man. I'm like 87.
Yeah, yeah.
I look great for 87.
You look really good, bud. You look really good.
After World War II.
Well, I fought in Nam. I fought in World War II.
Oh, man. So let's talk a little bit about BNI, because you joined, this is your second year?
This, my second year just started on the 1st, apparently.
Okay. Yeah. And how has BNI been, we got to do the BNI thing a little bit, because we're going to wrap it up a little early.
Yeah, cool.
But how has BNI, what time is it?
We're good, 10:30.
Okay, cool.
Got about 15 more minutes before I gotta leave.
How has BNI been for you?
It's been a magical experience. Magical. You don't want to hear me really sing.
Yeah, I do.
No,
I think we
don't.
should do karaoke sometime.
You'll leave screaming.
What?
And so will your neighbors. You'll leave screaming.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, BNI's been good, though, man. It's been good. People are amazing. It's funny because that's what everybody says.
People are amazing.
Yeah, no, man. I've gotten some really solid referrals. Always want more. Yeah, but it's been awesome, man. I don't know if most people say this, but one of my favorite parts about it is the accountability piece.
Yeah.
Like, do I like waking up at 4:45 every Thursday to make it to a 7 o'clock meeting? No. But
once you get that cold plunge, you're good to go.
Exactly, man. AMCC.
Yep.
I don't always want to do it, but I do it, and I'm better for it. And it keeps me accountable to that schedule.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Well, and you're also the vice president now.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
But
if I wasn't, then I'd hope you tell me, but I appreciate that.
Yeah. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. I mean, sometimes I think I'm flailing around with the marketing side of it.
I feel the same way with being the VP.
Yeah. But a great leadership team this year.
I think so. Yeah, I think everybody makes everybody look better than we actually are.
Yeah.
right? The sum of the parts or whatever that saying is. Yeah. Adam does a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he's rocking it.
Gosh, he is such a good human
plug,
being,
Adam.
man. Good human being. Adam. We love Adam Ward. We love Adam. Yeah, no, he goes above and beyond, though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, him and I and Cassie, we meet once a week. Adam and Burton and I meet once a week. Then, of course, I got the membership committee and then the meeting. So we're working really hard, man. We just want people to get more referrals, man. Like, that's my big vision for this year is, like, I want people, like, with so many referrals, they don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, yeah, I got in for the people. And it's true. Like, the people are amazing. I mean, I remember I left yesterday, and I was pretty tired going into there because I slept for probably 4 or 5 hours. And leaving, I'm, like, fired up, man. Excited because you're on that good energy.
Yeah.
But we all got in to get referrals, you know, when it comes down to it. And so we're gonna do some big things this year.
That's cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, we had to skate out early, which I felt bad because I saw people at breakfast. I'm like, oh, I would have loved to have gone to breakfast with Baca.
Breakfast is a good time.
Yeah. But we had to skate out early. Mickey was hosting something here at 9. And her battery went out in her car. So we had one car, so I had to race her here, and then I had to go get her battery, and then I didn't have her key, so I had to come back here, get her key, go back home, put the battery in. And
Were you in Olympia yesterday or a couple
That was
days
Tuesday.
Ago? That was Tuesday. Okay, I saw a Facebook post.
Yeah,
that you did.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't have like any friends on Facebook, but you're one of them.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't have any friends? What are you talking about?
I use Facebook mostly for THRYV, so
Yeah.
I have probably a couple high school friends on there, but.
Well, I'm glad that I could be kind of grouped in with your high school friends. That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we have a really good rapport.
I think we
get along really well.
I think we do too. I mean, I've told you this so many times, but you and Mickey are literally, and this is completely genuine, not just because we're on a podcast. You and Mickey are literally two of my favorite human beings on the planet.
Oh.
I just love you guys so much.
Oh, thank you.
It always brings a smile to my face when I see you guys, and I feel like it's easy to talk with you guys too.
Yeah,
you guys are young at heart, and
yeah.
And I look at your guys' relationship too, and of course, and I've said this to you before, but obviously no relationships are perfect, but I look at you guys and it's clear how much you love each other.
Oh,
and it's clear how much you guys care for each other.
Shows.
Yeah, man.
It's definitely, I think, well, as you know, we've been, Mickey and I were both previously married. Yeah. We have kids.
You guys have known each other for a long time too,
since we were 12.
Yeah.
So I think always being able to have that story to be able to go back, well, yeah, but we dated. Well, back then it was going together.
Right.
When we were 12 and walking her to class and going to a roller skating rink and stuff like that. So we had that. But then she hated me. Like she in high school, she was like furious at me because she thought like in 6th grade I cheated on her. I kissed another girl. But yeah. Anyway, it all worked out for the better.
It's a rock star in
because we reconnected 10 years ago, and here we are.
Yeah.
And, everybody's got baggage that they bring into a new relationship, and we've just learned how to sort through that. And I have to say, there's been referrals from BNI that Mickey and I have utilized in wellness, with mental health and things like that. And even people like Cassie that we can bounce some ideas off of and stuff. I don't have an issue. I'm really transparent. So if there's certain things that I feel like I need to work on myself to better our relationship with with Mickey, then we have those connections.
Yeah.
And amazing businesses with amazing people behind them. Yep. So that's another great thing about BNI.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Do you guys do marriage therapy, or have you counseling?
We've done a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we've done a little bit, but that can be tricky too, because it's like, is it a male? Is it a female?
You got to connect with the person.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
got to connect
That's
with the person.
huge.
Yeah,
yeah, and they got to be credible too.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple. One was a counselor that we knew, a therapist that we knew from a previous networking group.
Okay, cool.
And really nice guy.
Yeah,
and really good therapist. But we saw him, and sometimes you can get into something like that also, where you can feel like there's almost bias, And so if somebody was to go to a therapist on their own and then want to bring you in, and then you go alone, and then you go together, it's like if they already built a relationship with your partner, it's,
definitely.
Then you can always have those feelings of, not resentments or whatever, but yeah, you just feel like, well, you already have a relationship, and so they know more about what you've told them about me, and
Right.
So it can be tricky, but I think Cassie is amazing at what she does. So,
Awesome human being,
yeah,
too.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's the word for today is amazing.
Amazing.
Actually, it's always when I post stuff too. It's like the amazing BNI group.
It's a great adjective.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, how about when you ask people how they're doing and they're like, oh, okay. But that's like all they ever say, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are you doing this weekend? Hanging out. Oh, what are you doing next weekend? Hanging out.
Yeah. 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 There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend too. Parties and other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Geez, I'm boring. I think I'm going to go skiing.
Ooh. Do you snowboard or ski?
Both. Mostly ski, though, nowadays.
Yeah, I haven't been skiing since I broke my back, which was.
I mean, that's understandable.
That was a long time ago.
That's an understandable reason.
16 years ago. But yeah, so it's been a long time.
Think you'll ever go again?
I don't know. It's so cold.
I just got heated gloves.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really cold. Yeah, maybe if I'm by a sauna.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man. Well, Devon, I think this has been awesome. It's so good to learn more about the personal stuff, and just to learn more about you other than business. And I think that's really what I love about doing this podcast.
Likewise.
Yeah, is just to really kind of get in depth. And it's like, we didn't even get into, you sold forklifts and boxes and some other stuff. And it's like, obviously your knowledge of sales is pretty large in what you do with THRYV also. And, but I just want to thank you for being here and being on.
Thanks for having me,
sharing personal things and stories.
You're very welcome.
And I'm glad that I can be involved with your high school friends on Facebook. And I will text you. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning, and I'll text you right after I do it with the cold shower. I'll just do it.
You got to do it for at least 2 minutes if you want the benefits.
Hopefully, Mickey won't text you saying I'm at the hospital because I had a heart attack.
So if you're gonna do it, then don't get a heart attack.
Okay.
And
are there statistics on that?
it's
like
actually
people
good for,
that have
it's good for
cold
your heart.
plunged and got a heart attack?
It's very good for your heart. If you do have an exceptionally weak heart, though, then consult the doctor before getting in a cold plunge.
Right. Or bungee jumping or something.
Yeah, they're about the same.
Do you have you ever bungee jumped?
No, dude, I haven't, and I don't know if I would either. I probably would. I'm kind of an adrenaline dude.
Yeah, I used to do a lot. I used to do a lot of crazy stuff, like jumping off 100-foot cliffs.
Used to do a lot of that.
Yeah, I used to do crazy stuff, but I don't know. It's like I really want to bungee jump, but I'm scared too.
I don't trust the bungee,
Yeah.
Like I have skydiving. I don't even think I'd be afraid. I think I'd jump off that sucker in a heartbeat.
You know what we should do? We should go to iFly, which is the indoor.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mickey and
I'm game.
Mickey and I took the boys a few years back, and that, I think, let's do that. Let's schedule some time in the future. We'll do an indoor skydive thing.
So once you and Mickey find me a cute gal,
okay,
then we'll do a double date.
Okay.
To iFly.
Okay.
Actually, genuinely.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That'd be fun.
I love it. So we'll do that before, we do the skydiving. I don't know. Maybe Mickey wouldn't. She probably wouldn't.
You don't think she'd skydive?
I think she would want
We
to,
could
but
talk
I don't
into
think
it.
she would want us to do it together, just in case something happened.
We could talk her into it.
Yeah,
don't you think?
maybe. I don't know.
You know better than I
Her
do.
oldest son's just an adrenaline junkie too, so he does stuff like that all the time.
We'll bring him with us.
Yeah, he'd be the coach, right? The positive guide.
That'll be a blast.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, it's
Appreciate
done.
it, dude.
We'll do that. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you guys could, because not everybody even in our chapter subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I think we only have like 23 subscribers, and there's 36 of us in our chapter.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So please subscribe and like, and hit the little notification bell so that we can let you know when we have another episode.
And a plug for Martin here, too. If you like the quality of this here production, you can rent them out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Got you, buddy. $1 million.
Hey, yes, we take payments. Awesome. Thank you so much, Devon.
Appreciate you, buddy.